Master Anatomy and Physiology with Indramani Pandey.
Oh, welcome back, guys. This is my second lecture about anatomy and physiology. And last time we covered about the introductory part of the anatomy and physiology. We talked about what is anatomy is and what is physiology is, and how they are related with each other, and why we cannot separate them and we cannot study separately. And we can do like study separately, but what I mean by that is these are like really strongly bonded with each other. If you just understand the anatomy part and if you just forget about physiology, you're never going to understand the complexity of the organism, how each and every steps are building up. Like today, the main point and the today's main purpose of this lecture is to introduce some of the structural organization of the human body and to talk about the survival needs of the body. What are the survival needs we need to survive in the environment? And we're going to talk about some life functions, okay, what we do during our life. Okay, so these are like basic ideas regarding anatomy and physiology, and we need to understand this basic concept. Let me start with the structural organization of the human body. This thing, the structural organization of the human body, is one of the main important thing we need to understand right now, because how our body is forming is very important. For example, from the atom, from the chemistry level, like atom is the very smallest particle which forms the matter. We know that, and this atom combines to form molecules. Let me give you one example. For example, carbon atom or oxygen atom, they can combine to form, they can form carbon dioxide. So this is a molecule. So basic thing here is to understand how atoms are forming molecules. And why we need this? Because in our body, the physiological activities are taking place in the minute levels. You may talk about the action potential later in the semester, action potential, where particles, okay, like calcium Ca2 plus, Na plus, and these types of things you need to understand. These are the very atomic particles we need to understand, and we need to consider how muscles contraction takes place. Okay, these things coming from here. But the molecules, the second level, forms the organelles. Organelles, what I mean by that is, for example, you may have mitochondria. Okay, you have mitochondria. The mitochondria is the energy storage or energy forming organelle, which is a powerhouse, okay, for the ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate, ATP, okay. And when the organelles like mitochondria, chloroplast, Golgi apparatus, these all combine together and they form a sac-like structure, and where the different structures are present, or mitochondria may be present, okay, where nucleus may be present. So this, the whole structure where the different cellular organelles are present, this is called cell. And remember that cell is the smallest unit of living things. Okay, then when the cells combine, different types of cells combine to form tissues. Okay, and tissues are very important because similar set of cells are called tissues, but they have the common functionality. So they have common function. For example, you're gonna listen some type of tissues which may be epithelial tissue, epithelial. You may gonna learn connective tissue, connective. You may gonna learn muscle. You may gonna learn the integumentary system is a type of system which is skin, okay, so which are basically epithelial type of tissue. So we're not going to consider. We're going to talk about nervous, okay. These are the some type of tissues which we will focus later in the semester. So basic idea is similar set of cells having common function, they will form tissues, okay. And when the tissues together, different types of tissues together forms the organ, like heart, like lungs, Okay, and like kidney, you may have different types of tissues in the kidney, right? So in the heart, you have like different types of tissues, different types of muscles you have, right? So this is an organ. So organ is a combination of tissues basically. This is another level. When the organ combines together, they form the organ system. For example, like blood vessels, heart, capillaries, and those are the system of the organ, right? So these organs together forms the cardiovascular system, right? Like as I told you. Then this is the organ system. Then what is the last step? When the organ system are like together working together, they will form a life, the living organism. They will form a living organism. Okay, and this is very important to understand here. This is about structural organization of the any organism has these types of structural organization, and these are the main labels, but you may go on depth, right? So you can go on depth to describe these things. Now, let me talk about the second thing we're going to cover today, which is survival needs of the body. What we need to survive, okay? So let me put like survival needs of body. Okay, what is survival needs of body? What I mean by that, you need these things to survive. Okay, without these, you cannot survive. Let me put one. Okay, these are like random topics that I pull out, and you may add on those or you may subtract. Okay, it doesn't matter, but these are the basic things you need to understand. The first thing is nutrient. You need nutrients to survive, to take to happen like metabolic activities, to function in the real life. What I mean by that, to do work, you need energy. That energy you get from the nutrients. So nutrients is very important. Second, oxygen. Without oxygen, you cannot imagine your life. Okay, what I mean by that is you may have oxidative reactions in your body going on, right? So you may need oxygen for the blood, like hemoglobin combines with oxygen and it travels to the brain. Okay, so these are the basic things you need to understand. And third is water. Without water, you cannot imagine your life. Okay, almost about 75% of your body is like has like water. So you need to understand the importance of water right here. Okay, very important. Another thing, the number 4 is temperature. Temperature is critical thing because you need to understand that without temperature, like maintaining temperature, your body cannot function. Enzymatic activities, certain types of enzymes, they act on like certain types of temperature. Okay, if the temperature goes up, your enzymatic activities may disturb and your body function may not go right way. Okay, that's important. And the last one, the fifth one, is atmospheric pressure, which I'm going to abbreviate as ATM. Atmospheric pressure. This is very important because during the inhalation and the exhalation, okay, inhale and exhale process, you need a certain type of pressure in the environment and certain type of pressure in your lungs so you can breathe normally. If you go high in the altitude, you may face like a sickness problem, right? So altitude sickness. So these are the basic things you need to understand. So atmospheric pressure, you need a certain type of pressure which is maintaining between environment and the internal body pressure. Okay, these are the very important things you need to consider. Okay, these are this, you can add on these, but these are the basic things we need to understand. Now I'm going to focus on the life function. Next topic is life function. Okay, let me put here life function. What I mean by this is life function means what you do when you get into the earth. Like for example, what do you do when you just come to the earth, when you get birth? What I mean by that is when you just like pop up. Okay, that sounds weird, but let me introduce that one. So when you just get birth, so what will happen is you're gonna cry. You're gonna feel the sensation from the environment, and you may feel the coldness or hotness, depending on the weather. Okay, your body gonna start like acclimatization. I think the word is right for there. So your body gonna try to maintain your body temperature or body environment with the like external environment. So these are the life functions you need to understand. So the first thing, you try to maintain the boundaries. Okay, you try to maintain the boundaries. Okay, and the important system in your body, which is integumentary system, try to help you maintaining the boundaries. Your skin trying to keep your body temperature normal, your skin trying to fight with different types of bacteria so they cannot enter in your body. So it is a maintaining of the boundaries, which is the life function. You need this to survive. Okay, and another thing is movement. On the movement, your skeletal system and the muscular system trying to help you to move certain parts of your body. Without moving nothing, you cannot function. If you're trying to eat something, you need to move your hand. Okay, so these movements are very important to survive. Okay, these are the life function. And third, I want to introduce is responsiveness. Okay, why it is important? This is very important. Okay, responsiveness, because if certain type of stimuli contact with your body, you're trying to avoid that. So to be safe and to be like keep calm, so you need to understand that the stimuli should be responded. So responsiveness is very important, which is controlled by your brain system, right? Which is controlled by your nervous system, which may include CNS, PNS, and different types of other types of hormones and those things. So responsiveness is very important. In your body, there are different types of receptors that receive information, and the brain commands to do some type of like against, or you know, the responsiveness may be positive or negative responsive, right? So responsiveness is very important to survive. The fourth I want to mention is metabolism. What is metabolism is? When you eat something, let's say, you're trying to break that food, right? Starting from the mouth, dissolving, like trying to like saliva, trying to dissolve the like hardest party, like it trying to break, starting breaking, like mastication to the peristalsis process and going to the stomach and like digestion, like digesting enzymes trying to do their job. It is very important, like breaking down of the big molecule to the smaller, so our body can absorb them, or just building smaller to the bigger one so our body can recognize them. So this is all about metabolism, which may be anabolism and which may be kata. I'm just trying to write like short name, okay? Anabolism and the catabolism. Anabolism, what I mean by that is you're trying to forming a big molecule from the smaller one. Okay, from the smaller one you are forming big molecule. For example, like amino acids, like different types of amino acid 1 and amino acid 2, they combine to form, let's say, protein, let's say. Okay, this is all about anabolism. And the catabolism means you're trying to break the bigger molecule to the smaller one. For example, you may have polysaccharide, okay, and you're trying to break down into monosaccharide. So this is catabolism. Anabolism required energy. Catabolism gives you energy. Okay, energy will release during catabolism. So these are some ideas here. And I want to tell you one more thing, which is fifth is reproduction. Okay, this is a life function. If there is no reproduction, there will not be any future generation. So you need to have reproduction so you can continue your generation. Okay, what I mean by that is reproduction is very essential, because if you don't reproduce, okay, you're going to disappear ultimately, right? So that's why reproduction is very important, which may work in the cellular level, right? So fusion of the egg and the sperm, and the division of the different stages like gastrula, blastula, and those types of things. And like cell division goes through cell division, which may be mitosis, meiosis, whatever. So this is all about reproduction and very important. Last one I want to tell you is about the growth. Okay, so you need to have growth. It is a life function. For example, your body trying to maintain everything in like a certain level so you can function normally. If you do not growth, okay, if you do not growth, you may have problem on your health. Okay, so you need growth, and cells need to divide. The number of cells need to increase. That does not mean that cells should increase rapidly, like on like randomly like cancer cells, but growing means like slowly but increasing in certain type of like level. So that's why growth is also very important. Thank you for watching today's lecture. So we covered some basic knowledge about these things. So in next lecture we're going to cover homeostasis, we're going to cover directions, planes of the body, and different planes, okay, and different regions of the body. Thank you. Bye bye.
Please subscribe to see more videos regarding anatomy and physiology.